We're going to talk about cold emails, why they're important, where they have come from, and everything to do with them. All right? So let's just get started. Hi guys, I'm Anarsi, and welcome to Startup Lounge. Here we help entrepreneurs build, fund, and grow their businesses. So if you're interested, stick around. So I realized in my recent videos that I keep talking about cold emails, but never have I ever mentioned to any of you what that actually is. So this is what today's video is going to be about. We're going to talk about cold emails, why they're important, where they have come from, and everything to do with them. All right? So let's just get started. So what is cold email? This is what it means by definition. But in short, it means when you're emailing somebody that you do not know, but for a certain purpose. That is called cold emailing. Now, for some reason, people keep thinking cold email is just about sales, but that is not true, guys. We see several examples of cold emailing in our day-to-day life that we just do not notice. For example, let's see, maybe a student is emailing HR professionals to get internships. That's cold emailing. Maybe a marketer is reaching out to you to announce their brand new product. That is publicizing his new product, and it is also cold emailing. And then, of course, we have sellers, trying to sell their product to you. So let me tell you, it works for the students, it works for the marketers, and it for sure works like magic for all the salesmen. Now that you have a brief idea about what cold emailing is, let's get into how it evolved into what it is today. Now, the evolution of cold emailing actually falls under the umbrella of cold selling. Now, you might ask, what is cold selling? Now, cold selling is when you reach out to a complete stranger to sell something. That is cold selling. Now, before the technological era, people used to actually go around door to door or on the street trying to sell something. Back then, we did not have a name for it, but now we do. It's called P2P, person to person, or traditional cold selling. And then, do you know what happened? The courier service was invented. And do you know what businessmen did with that? They actually used to print out newsletters and promotional letters and send it off to complete strangers in their post. And what they saw from this was a massive spike in their sales. It was very successful, and this introduced mass cold selling. After a while, technology advanced a little, and cell phones and telephones were invented. Now people found another way of cold selling. They used to call complete strangers and convince them to buy their products. Now this is still an ongoing process. Cold calling still exists. Oh, by the way, this is called cold calling random strangers. So this still exists, but it's not as popular anymore. Do you know why? It's because people get annoyed when they get calls from complete strangers asking them to buy something. Plus, they call in the most inappropriate times. They call me when I'm half asleep, they call me in class, and that's not really pleasant. Nobody likes that. This annoyance is what led to even more technological advances and cold emailing. People found out if you email somebody, you get better results. Because when you're emailing somebody, you're actually sending them messages in their personal inboxes, so they can reach out to this message whenever they want, in their own time, when they're free, and they even have more time to actually think about whether they want to respond to it or not. We don't respond to every single email. So yeah, this hyped up the whole cold emailing process, and it's still ongoing. People love it. And since cold emailing is so convenient and effective, this is actually the primary medium of cold selling now. And it actually has brought companies such as Uber and Product Hunt to the heights they are now. So as it worked for them, it's gonna work for you too. Now, your next question might be, why would high-level executives ever respond to you if they've never even heard about you? And especially if they're a company that's doing really, really well. Well, if you're sending out about thousands of emails, you are gonna get some responses. And the reason for this is these high-level executives are always looking for ways to increase their revenue, cut on costs, save time, and overall make their businesses better. Now, if you have identified a problem in a certain industry and even came up with a brilliant idea about how you can solve that problem, well, they are bound to respond to you, even if they do not know who you are. And essentially, you're actually making their jobs easier because you're reaching out to them and they're not having to find you. Now that we have understood where cold emailing has come from, let's dive into the really important questions. And those are, does it still work? Is it gonna work in the future? Do people even respond to cold emails anymore? And the answers are yes, yes, and absolutely yes. Now let me tell you why. There's about 8 billion people in the world, and among them 3 million people use emails. And studies have shown that people actually wake up, adults wake up to check their emails every single day. I don't know about you, but I know I do. Also, if you do not believe me, look at this chart over here. This shows an incline in the way that people are using emails. And next year, in 2022, the number of people using emails now is gonna double. So think about it. Cold emailing is in use and it's still gonna be in use for pretty much a long time, guys. So if it works for me, it's gonna work for you too. Now let's say, for example, that you are in marketing services, that you do ads for YouTube or Google or things like that. And you target companies that make about $1 million in revenue, but they do not use ads in their videos on their website or with YouTube, Google, Facebook, etc. Now you know for sure that if they have you, they can earn about $500,000 extra. Now, if you cold email these people, are they gonna be willing to reply to you? The answer is absolutely. They need you, man. You're gonna be charging them about what? $20,000, $40,000, and earning them an extra $500,000. Anybody would get interested and intrigued. So yes, this is how cold emailing is gonna work for you. You're gonna find out problems, you're gonna be solving them, you're gonna add more revenue to these people. Thus, they're gonna win, and so are you. So now I hope you have a better idea about how cold email works and how you can make them work for you and where they have come from. But still, if you wanna know more, I'm gonna link down my other videos on cold emailing down below. So this is it, guys. That's it for me today. I'm gonna catch you guys later. Bye-bye.